Hi, everybody. Welcome to Life Stories Podcast, People Helping People. I'm Shara Goswick, your host. My guest today is Laura Bratton. Laura is an author, a speaker, and a coach. And at the age of 9, she was diagnosed with a rare eye disease that eventually led to her becoming blind. Laura has learned through her journey to live life with grit and gratitude, and that's what she teaches others. She is so bubbly and fun and has such a great attitude, and I know that she is motivating people all over the world as she travels and speaks and through her book. I loved talking to her. I know that you're going to enjoy this conversation, and I hope that you're encouraged. Thanks for being here.
I am so excited to talk to you. I've been looking forward to this because besides your last name, because we have that connection. I just am so inspired by your story because like I said, you don't make excuses. And listening to you, I think other people shouldn't be making excuses either. You have a very powerful story and you have accomplished much so far in your life. Tell me your story and how you got to where you are right now.
So I'll make a very long story short, and then we
Okay.
could definitely take it
Yes.
take it from there as
Sure.
you want to. So I grew up in South Carolina. Everything was quote normal, whatever. I mean, just the
Right.
normal childhood. As far my mom was a teacher, dad was in real estate. I I laugh and say was, I still am
Yeah.
extroverted, outgoing, climbing trees, sports, riding bikes, everything.
Yeah.
And then at the age of 9, I was diagnosed with an extremely rare retinal disease. It's
Wow.
similar to macular degeneration, but it's
Mhm.
it's not exactly macular. Even 30 years later, it still does not have a name, like
Wow.
an official diagnosis, even with all the gene testing and genetic testing available. Even though I received the diagnosis at 9, it didn't affect me until I was a teenager. And so,
Okay.
really, in those high school years is when I lost all of my sight. Started losing a significant amount, and then through those 4 years, went from not full sight, but just barely legally blind to
Yeah.
what I have now, just nothing, very little light perception.
Yeah.
The transition, it was fast, but it wasn't like one day I just woke up and didn't have sight. It
Right.
was
Right.
gradual in the fact that it was over 4 years, but as it was happening, it felt very fast.
Yeah. How did they diagnose you? Were you having issues with your eyes or, like, having to
Yes.
see in? Okay.
Great question.
Yeah.
So, my mom noticed at night, I'm in 2nd grade, she noticed at night when I was reading, all of a sudden I started holding books closer to my face.
Oh, yeah.
Or I would, how they're, well, maybe not now, but what 30 years ago when the time was on the microwave, I would
Right.
walk up, just stand a little bit, lean more towards the microwave than just walk in the kitchen and glance.
Right.
Or like in the den, I would all of a sudden I would want to sit in the chair closest to the TV,
Yeah.
not just on the couch or anywhere. I was very
Yeah.
specific to go to that place. As a 9-year-old, I wasn't
Right.
aware I was doing any of this.
Yeah.
To me, it was just like, "Oh, I just need to sit a little bit closer," but I didn't really process or even think why. So, as my parents noticed these slight changes, it was springtime, so they just thought, "Oh, let's make an appointment for the summer. We'll go, and if she needs glasses or contacts,
Right.
we'll get those, and no big deal." My parents
Yeah.
were not at all thinking that appointment would be absolutely
Sure.
challenging.
Yeah. So, how did you have help adjusting to what you had to do? Like, in high school, did you have people that helped you, get to classes as your site was going?
Yes. So, thankfully, I did have accommodations as far as books in large print, and then
Yeah.
when I got to that point where I couldn't do that anymore, books on or not even, I was gonna say audio, but not even audio, just like on the computer, like PDF files.
Yeah.
The biggest adjustment was the mental adjustment. That
Okay.
was way harder than the actual physical accommodations because my initial response and reaction was denial. Oh,
Right.
but it's how, I don't know why this is my timeline, but I said, "Oh, by the end of high school, I'll get my vision back."
Wow.
Oh, I'll just pray really hard and my vision will come
Yeah.
back. I'll just manifest and my vision will come back. Now looking back, I know I didn't believe it, but that's what I've told myself, just a survival. This isn't
Right.
permanent.
Right.
Once that denial wore off, it was the I can't, I can't, I can't. The
Oh,
present is overwhelming. The future, the fear of the future is overwhelming. How in the world do I completely adapt to a new way of living
sure.
and still move forward? So being in that mindset of I can't, that led to anxiety, which was deep, panic attacks, and then just extreme depression.
Yes, I can
So
imagine.
that was my, over those 4 years of high school. Yes, the physical accommodations were made, yet the hardest part was the grief piece and the anxiety and the depression.
Yeah. That grief is a real thing for, we automatically think grief from a loss of someone, which is real, but there's a lot of different things in life
Yeah.
you need to grieve. And that is definitely something
Yes.
because you had it. It's not like you were born and you were not able to
Right.
see. You had your sight.
Right. So it
So,
was grieving what I
sure.
lost. Yes. So what I
Absolutely.
no longer had. Yeah. As
Yeah.
I've studied grief and a lot and gotten certified in grief counseling and working with people as they go through grief, the term I've learned is non-death loss.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we think of all grief as death, as
Right.
someone in our family, a friend. Yet there's countless non-death losses that we all experience all the
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah. So you are a speaker and you're a coach and you're an author. You've done all these things. When you were growing up, did you have a dream of what you wanted to do, and did that change through all of this, or did you think you would be out doing the things that you're doing now?
So I definitely did not think I would be out doing things I'm doing. 100% that's because of my life experience. I
Right.
did have a strong passion. I knew, again, in middle school and high school, even kind of before all, not because of vision, but before that, I definitely was interested in the psychology and just how our minds work, how we process, just how we interact in the world with each other. So,
Yeah.
psychology was what I naturally gravitated to, but specifically the working with people individually and then the speaking, that all became through my life experience. And the reason that I focused on that, and that's what I do now, is because when I was in that depression, in that anxiety, and didn't have the strength to move forward, it was the support around me that
Yeah.
gave me the strength to move forward. So I did not want to just say, oh, I received that support. That's great for me. I want to do something with my life that was that support to other people. So other people going through major change, major loss, so that
Love
they
it.
too could move forward and be empowered and not just stuck in the
Yeah.
difficulty. So that's the reason for the speaking, for the coaching, for my book. It's all because of what I've experienced to the again though I can't talk to
Yeah.
then go and give that
Yeah.
to other people.
So you talked earlier about, the anxiety and the depression. What was the point when you decided you were gonna stop that and move on? With like there had to be a something, a point or just a decision maybe in your heart.
Yes, for me, it was not one major moment, it was a series of events.
Yeah.
So, as I described a minute ago, it was the support around me that helped me realize, oh, wait, these people still believe in me. They think I
Yeah.
can move forward. So maybe I can. So then my panic attack slowly decreased, and I would believe that for a day, and then I would go back to that deep anxiety. So again, it wasn't one moment, one decision. It was just a slow process over time of learning, oh, others believe in me. Others think I can keep going. Maybe I can. And that's where I talk about grit so much of what I had to learn is it's not just saying, okay, I wake up and I said not to be anxious. Let's keep going.
Right.
But it's that choosing every single moment, even
Yeah.
a million times within one day. I choose to keep going. I choose today to have courage. I choose today to believe in myself.
Sure.
So that's what helped me move forward from that I can't to I can, and then moving through that anxiety and depression, just those daily moments around me. And I laughed out at the time. I thought it was so mean. My brother just continued to treat me like his annoying little younger sister. Like, he didn't pity me. He didn't let me
Yeah.
get away with anything. He didn't do my
Yeah.
homework for me. Like, I was still that little sister. He wanted to like disappear, you know?
Right.
And at the time, I was like, "You are the meanest brother on the planet. You're not pitying me." But that was the greatest gift he could have given me.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it taught what it modeled and literally taught me was, you are still you. You just can't see as well. That's all. You haven't completely, you're not all of a sudden less than. You're not all of a sudden other. You're not all of a sudden some other category.
Yeah.
You just need accommodations because you can't see as well. So it was those everyday, what seems like mundane actions that showed me and taught me you can keep going.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that he did that for you because that's a gift. It was annoying, I'm sure, but it was a
That it was annoying, Deb, but it was such a gift. And he will even tell me now, like, that was really hard.
I bet.
It was hard to do. But he, being 5 years older and just through my parents' guidance, knew
Yeah,
in the long run, that's what I needed the most.
sure.
Because, and I think about this all the time, if he had pitied me, if he had felt sorry for me, if my parents had felt sorry for me, if they pitied me, I would live every day in victim. I would live every day in the world owes me. I can't do anything. A
Sure.
completely different mindset. But what they modeled and taught me was, yes, this is really hard. Yes, we have to agree this, and we can do both. We can grieve and move forward.
Yeah, that's so important. When you were writing your book, because you wrote about your journey in your book, was that a hard thing to do as far as thinking back through that?
Yes. It was incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
It was it was hard and it was healing all at the same.
Sure.
So, as I mentioned, the purpose for writing the book was to talk about how others can use the resources of grit and gratitude as they experience change.
Yeah,
But what I didn't realize, and I'm glad I didn't know beforehand, it was deeply, deeply, deeply painful to go back through and remember it all.
yeah,
It was really, really hard to write all that out, to remember that, but also to write it.
sure.
And I mean, just I can't tell you how many boxes of Kleenexes sat beside my computer. So I
Yeah.
was typing away. I went through so many boxes of Kleenex just sobbing.
Mm.
Yet it was so, so healing to release it,
Right.
to physically get that out. Just on, well, not on paper, on my computer,
Right.
but
Right.
just get it out of my
Yeah.
head. And it was healing. It was almost like I could let it go.
That's
So it
awesome.
was both at the same time. I remember the day that I finished writing before I'd gone through all the editing and that difficult
Yeah.
process. So,
Yes.
when I was done just with the first draft of actually writing it, I remember calling, I was still sitting in my desk, and called my best friend and just said, it doesn't matter to me if this book is edited and not one soul reads it. It was healing for me.
That's awesome.
So it was healing and painful all the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I believe it. I totally believe it. I want to read it. I have not read it yet. I want to read it because I love learning about people's stories. But like I said, you're inspiring. How can you not be around you for a little bit and not be encouraged? I can see that you build people up just by being you. You're very bubbly and you don't shy back,
Yes.
like you just love people. And I love that. I love that you want to share your story with people. Was there any feedback that you got back from your story, from your book that surprised you? To
What surprised me the most, and this is the gift of writing the book, is the stories that I thought would connect with people the most were not what I received the feedback on.
Oh.
People would give me feedback on, oh, wow, when you told this story, that really helps me. Or, oh, when you said that, I really got it and it clicked. So
Wow.
it was fascinating. And every single person, I've yet to have a person tell me the same story.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Is that has been the gift of the feedback has been all across the board. And
Yeah.
so that has been wonderful to see. Okay, what I thought was going to help people, it's actually different
Yeah.
parts of the book. And then the other major part of the feedback that has again just been so empowering to me and thankful that I wrote it. People in different life situations.
Right.
Someone whose wife committed suicide came to me and said, "Oh my gosh, I picked up your book and it helped me work through my grief and just the loss of my wife." Yeah,
Wow.
someone just diagnosed with cancer, reading it and figuring out how am I going to navigate through chemo and radiation. A fourth grade little girl who has a severe learning disability, she picked up my book and just read. One day she read one word. The next day she read two words.
Oh, wow.
By a week she was reading like four words or a whole sentence.
Oh my goodness.
And just the fact that she could do that
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
absolutely.
That's the whole point. So yes, the feedback has been such a gift.
That's awesome. I love that. What do you think is a common misconception that people have about practicing gratitude? Well, practicing gratitude during hard times. I know it's harder when things are hard, but what is something that people don't get that they should?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for saying that. Because I'm gonna tell you what I thought and what I find most people who I work with initially think. It means we be positive all the time, we're happy all the time, we smile all the time, and we're grateful for the difficulty.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
that it's not gratitude means it's not okay to have any other emotion. We have to be grateful and positive and appreciative for all the change, for all the trauma.
Yeah,
And that's originally what I thought. And
Right.
in one conversation with a mentor, that's what changed my perspective. And that's why I'm so deeply committed to gratitude now, is because that's what I thought until she changed my perspective. So it was at the end of high school, and we were meeting together, and she said, "Laura, I've just been thinking about it, and I want you to start focusing on gratitude. And every night, I want you to write down three things, think about three things from that day, either people, situations, something from that day that you're grateful for." And as you know, being from the South, what do? You smile, nod, and say thank you,
Right.
right? Because you're a teenager, as an adult, you do the polite thing.
Right.
You smile and nod and say thanks. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, you are a terrible horror mentor. You do not need to be mentoring teenagers.
Yeah.
Not know, by the way, I'm going blind. Let's
yeah.
Right.
Hello.
nothing to be grateful for. I'm depressed. I live in panic attacks. No, thank you. Gratitude's not for me.
Yeah.
So, in my sheer stubbornness, I said, okay, I'm going to start thinking about things I'm grateful for, and I'm going to prove to her I don't have anything to be grateful for.
Oh,
And so, I'm going to show her that gratitude thing is not a good idea. So, I did. Again, out of pure teenage stubbornness, the one day became 3 days, and the 3 days became 3 weeks. And what I realized is I thought she was teaching me, hey, Laura, wake up and just be positive and happy and thankful that you're blind.
Right.
She was teaching me, wake up and be thankful that you have a brother that still loves you and treats you like you. Be thankful that you have parents that instill in you every single day. All we have to do is take it moment by moment to moment. We don't have to have the whole picture, future figured out instantly.
Yeah.
So I thought she was teaching me, and I thought gratitude was what I said earlier, being happy, being positive, being thankful for everything.
Yeah.
What I understand gratitude now, and what I work with people on, what I speak on, and what I practice myself, is the gift of gratitude is recognizing what helps us get through the difficulty. So a real world lived example, I don't wake up and say, "Oh gosh, this is great to be blind. Thanks so much for this happening." But I do wake up and say, "Thank you for the guide dog that helps me navigate the world.
Yeah.
Thank you for Siri and Alexa. I
Yes.
talk to all day long."
Yeah.
Right? Like, so again, it's not being thankful for the trauma, for the difficulty.
Yeah.
It's being thankful for what helps us navigate through the difficulty. And that perspective has been life changing. And I don't mean that lightly. It has been such a source of healing and strength because when I'm grieving, when I'm sad, when I'm in the bathroom bawling, you know, I, I have my time and give myself that time to bawl. And then I can say, okay, at least I was able to cry it out.
Right.
Okay, now let me just do the next 5 minutes. Maybe not the whole day of overwhelmed, but let me go do the next 5 minutes that I need to get done. So gratitude has been so powerful when I've changed my perspective.
That is such a powerful lesson for everybody to learn. And, you are very positive and you are doing all these things, but you still struggle. I mean, you just said you still
100%. Yes.
are. Absolutely. Somebody that's listening that is facing whatever it is, a hard situation, or they're in the middle of it right now, and they are like you before saying, I don't have anything to be thankful for. What is something that they can do right now to change their perspective, change their attitude about their situation?
The first step is before you even get to the gratitude, validate your feelings. Validate that you're really sad about your situation. Validate that you're really, really angry, that you're really depressed, whatever the emotion is. First, validate and know that that feeling's real and that feeling matters.
Sure.
We often jump so quick to the fix it, move on.
Mm-hmm.
We forget the step of just validating we feel what we feel. And that feeling is okay is what we do with that feeling. So then once we validate that feeling to get to the gratitude, start very, very simple. Just be thankful the difficult day is over.
There you go.
Keep it very simple. Be thankful that you enjoyed the lunch today that or, in the midst of a horrible day. Again, keep it so, so simple and then let it build from there.
That's awesome. What is something that people do not understand about someone who has lost their sight?
My first instant thought when you said that is people who are blind are human.
You're right.
The only difference is I can't see as well as you.
Yeah.
It's not less of a person. It, it's just I can't see as well.
Yeah.
We're both human in this human experience, this good, hard, mundane, all the different things.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's my instant reaction. It's just we're human and
Yeah.
don't worry about what you say to someone to me or to someone that can't see, just be you and they'll teach you, they'll guide you. Like people all the time say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't see you." "Oh, I'm so sorry. I said see you later. You're really not gonna see." And you're like, "That's just an expression. I say that to people all day long, and of course they know I'm not gonna see you like physically." So it's just so many things we focus on that really don't matter. So the
Right.
best advice is just remember I'm human and say what you would say to me, to anybody else. And then
Yeah.
it's up to me to ask and clear communicate what I need.
Mm, that's awesome. I love that. Can you tell me about Ubi Global? Did I say it right?
Yes. So the reason I created that is to be that source of empowerment for other people in the midst of change, whether that's a physical change is difficult, a job change, a relational change, whatever the change might be, to be that presence of you are still worthy, you still matter, and most importantly, you are enough in the change.
Yeah.
So the whole reason I created that was for people going through loss, going through change, can realize you can grieve and keep going. You can grieve and move forward. The loss, the change does not stop you, does not prevent you from doing what you want to do. No, moving forward, it's just being that supportive presence.
Yeah. Can you explain what Ubi Global is for somebody that maybe could use the help there?
Yes, the Latin word means when or where.
Okay.
So when I'm working with people, I always ask the question, when or where can you apply grit and gratitude?
Gotcha.
Where is it in your life that you need grit? And then where is it in your life that we can incorporate gratitude?
Yeah.
So what a lot of what I do looks like is speaking to organizations and corporations who are going through big change on how do they navigate forward? What are practical daily strategies they can implement?
Yeah.
Not to go from experiencing the change to being through the change instantly, but what are those practical steps to help them move forward through the change? And then the coaching is working with people individually on their specific change. Like I work with a lot of athletes who are
Oh,
injured
wow.
and recovering from injured and just the mental part of the recovery.
Yeah.
And again, not going from no change, not getting through the change tomorrow.
Right.
What are those steps you can implement and those habits you can implement to create a mindset of empowerment? So when things are good, you have that mindset. When you're going through change, you already have that mindset. So that's the goal to have that creation, that foundation of grit and gratitude, not just, oh, I'm going through a hard time. Now let me figure out why I'm going through a hard time. And then forget it when things get better.
Right. And people can find that on your website, find out how they get involved. Okay, good.
The best place is laurabratton.com, has all the information about the book, the speaking, the coaching.
Awesome. I love it. Is there anything I have not asked you about that you want?
Again, I just want to highlight and give people permission, as a mentor of mine gave permission. It's okay to grieve.
Yeah.
And grieving is not a weakness. So I thought I was supposed to grieve for a while and then stop grieving and then I could move forward. I didn't realize I could do both.
Right.
So that's what I would love to, just as my mentor gave me permission, give other people permission. It's okay to grieve. It's strong to grieve. It's healing to grieve. You're not doing anything wrong. The fact that you're still grieving
Yeah.
when you feel like you should be, oh, I shouldn't be grieving. Grieving doesn't have a timeline. So
Right.
again, we can grieve and we can move forward all at the exact same moment.
Yeah. I don't think it's just okay. I think it's necessary.
Yes.
I mean, really, sometimes
Good word.
necessary for sure.
Yes.
Well, Laura, this has been so wonderful. I am really excited to share this because I do think it's going to be encouraging because I think people dealing with all sorts, like you said, you're dealing with athletes and all sorts of situations, people will be encouraged by your story, about what you're sharing. And I loved it. I loved getting to talk to you today.
And thank you for the opportunity. And thank you for this platform.
Absolutely. Laura, if I find out we're related, I will let you know. I will put
Definitely
you
let
them.
me know.
I will do that.
Have a great night.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye.